I've always worked at the club like somebody was trying to take my job, since day one.
Joffe.
Mike Burke.
What's up, buddy?
We're live on Real Talk.
We're live on Real Talk with Mike Burke.
Glad to be here.
Thank you for coming.
Thank you for having me.
It took 2 months to get you on here.
I think it was a little bit longer.
Maybe 3.
Yeah.
You're episode 15.
I feel privileged.
I finally figured out the art of podcasting so I could get better at my art. So then I could ask you the really in-depth questions.
Because we got some good ones, I'm sure.
We got some killer stuff coming, bro. How long we known each other?
24 years.
24 years.
Yeah.
Hustlers know other hustlers. And there's just no way around.
Nah, I met Lightning Mike.
Lightning Mike.
Yeah.
Who the hell was that guy?
Yeah, that was the man.
Who?
That was the guy.
Who was that guy?
The infamous.
Whatever.
Yeah. All this stemmed from that. I'll never forget that.
Lightning Mike's?
Yeah.
Yeah. Who was that guy?
It was a hustler.
A hustler? Yeah. Just like you?
Yeah.
So how do you spell your name?
Joffe.
Joffe.
Yeah, my first name's Todd. It's Todd Adam Joffe. My whole life I've been called Joffe. Growing up, my pop called me Joff. I called my dad Joff. My cousins up in New York, they're called Joffe, so I just go by Joffe.
How long you been in Charlotte?
Since I was 5th grade.
5th grade.
Yeah.
Where'd you go to school?
I went to Behringer, went to Carmel, went to South Meck, and then went to Lees McRae for 1 year. It's the only college that accepted me.
How old are you now?
I'm 49.
The same age as me, brother.
49, man.
When's your birthday?
September 4th.
Oh.
Yeah, that's when we start getting half off at McDonald's.
I was at a restaurant in Myrtle Beach when I was in my 20s, and there was this old couple that came in at Western Sizzler or something. They walk in, and they get the senior citizen discount. And I walked up, young lady behind the counter. I ordered my food. I said, yes, I'd like to get the senior citizen discount. She goes, well, you're not a senior citizen. I said, well, here, they've fucking worked 60-something years to earn all their money. They got shit tons of money. I'm broke as hell. I'm 20 years old. I need the damn discount. She gave it to me.
I'm sure.
She did. Anyway. So you've been in Charlotte since you were in 5th grade. What was your first job?
My first job?
Yeah. Like you graduated high school, or did you work in high school?
First time I started making decent money, I was, it's called Costco now. It used to be called Pace.
Pace?
Yeah, Pace. It was right by the men's club.
Okay.
Same building where Costco is.
Yep.
And when I was in 9th grade, I would go buy like $50 worth of the Blow Pops.
Yeah.
And then the king size Reese's and king size Kit Kats. And I just packed my fucking book bag full. And I would sell the Blow Pops for $0.25, and then the Kit Kats and the Reese's for $1. I make about $50 to $75 a day, and I did that for a while. And then I got busted by Miss Riddle, who was the principal. She's like, you can't sell candy in the store. So I continued to do it, and then I got busted again.
Oh, wow.
And then she called my parents in, and then I got busted the 3rd time. That's when I got, it was in-school suspension.
Okay.
And then I remember my pop, he was like, when I came home, he wasn't even mad. He was like, I can't be mad at you for trying to hustle. He's like, but just don't do stupid shit. That was that.
That's
and then
awesome.
I think after that, I worked at Pudgy's Chicken.
Pudgy's?
I sold chicken.
If
Yeah,
you were
actually wore a chicken suit and stood in the middle of Sharon Road trying to wave traffic in. True story.
You wore a chicken suit.
A chicken suit.
Dude, that takes balls.
Yeah, I think I was 18, 17.
And the name of the place was what?
Pudgy's Chicken.
If you were in marketing and you wanted to open up a chicken,
It wouldn't be named Pudgy's.
it wouldn't be named Pudgy's.
Uh-uh.
Who the hell? That guy he fell and bumped his head. Hey guys, we're going to have a concept here. We're going to open up a chicken store, and it's going to be called Pudgy's.
Yeah, it didn't last long.
It didn't last long. No, what was like your next job after that?
Next job.
Did you graduate high school?
I did. I graduated high school. What did I do? I worked as a fitness instructor at the Harris YMCA.
Harris.
I worked there from the time my parents lived in right by Old Georgetown, which was right behind the Harris Y. So I worked there from my time like I was 16 to 18 as a fitness instructor.
How do you become a fitness instructor?
Yeah, no, I just used to always work out there, and there was this lady named Dawn, and she liked me. She ran the department, and then she just asked me. She said, "We need some trainers," because I used to always work out. I didn't know anything about anything. I just worked out, and yeah, started working there. And then actually got a job from a guy named Rick St. George he worked at the doctor's building. He had his own practice, and I was doing pre-knee surgeries, just rehabilitation. He had a little gym like the size of your studio. No degree, nothing. And then I started doing the parties, the events, and then that's when it changed.
Parties and events, what is that?
So I don't even know where to start.
Oh,
Yeah,
well, how old were you? 21, 20?
When I was in high school, my parents went to Israel for 2 weeks. I was a senior in high school, and my Nana was supposed to come in town and stay and babysit us. Well, my papa at the time got sick, so they didn't come. So you got myself and my brother, the house for 2 weeks. Your parents are in a different fucking country. It's game on.
Game on.
So I went to every single solitary neighbor, not just, I lived on Heritage Place, but I went to every neighborhood, every neighbor in the whole neighborhood. I knocked on their door. I told them, I was like, I introduced myself. I said, my parents are giving me permission to throw a graduation party, which was a total fib, and I was like, here's my pager number. We will have all the trash picked up. If you have any problems, call this number. Don't call the police. To everybody. Had my brother's band play in the backyard, had 2 kegs of beer, charged $5 a head. And if you went to anywhere in Mecklenburg County High School from 1990 to like 1994, you went to this party. It was pretty epic. And then from there, I just started hosting events. I just organized different stuff in college. Failed out of college first year. And then
what college?
I went to Lees McRae, and I actually organized some events there. I actually started a fraternity. It was called Pi Fuck You. We had 75 guys. Yeah.
Pi Fuck You.
Pi Fuck You.
Oh my God.
Yeah, I had shirts, the whole nine. We had meetings. Yeah.
Pi Fuck You.
And then came home. I guess I was.
So where's Lees McRae?
Lees McRae is Banner Elk, so it's right by Beach Mountain.
Okay.
Yeah, it's basically like 13th grade. It's like 2,000 students.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, it was the only place I got accepted to.
Yeah. Western's the only one that accepted me.
Yeah, that was it.
Yeah.
That was it. Did you graduate?
I did.
Yeah.
I got a marketing
In
degree.
what? Okay.
In 1994, I graduated college in 3 years. 3.5, actually, because I went to summer school. Everybody goes, how'd you graduate college so quickly? And I said, well, I did real shitty on my SAT. And they did what's called an early enrollment program. So I don't test very good. If they gave me 1 page of the SAT every day for like 2 weeks, I'd do great. If you give me fucking 30 pages of something, I'm just going to start I'm just going to start circling shit. Here you go. But I got into college, and I took 7 credit hours my first summer. Like 2 weeks after I graduated high school, I was in college, 2 weeks. And then I started working out with the football team that was there, and I started like in the gym lifting weights and hanging out with whoever the fuck was in college in the summer. And then they had an orientation program. So I started meeting the guys there, and that's what I did every summer after that, is I would stay in school and do what's called orientation leaders. So high school kids would come in, and I would be like showing them around the school and doing like little seminars and things. It was kind of fun. That's where I kind of learned how to do public speaking, is I get in front of parents and kids that were in an auditorium, and I'd stand up and start telling, all right, group A, you're coming with me, and I'd start talking and leading.
And that's tough too.
It is.
Yeah, that's tough.
I loved it. Yeah. So anyway, I worked out through college, joined the rugby team, joined the fraternity, and graduated. I stayed in college all the way through summer. I never came home. And so I just stayed summer school.
Cullowhee, right?
Cullowhee, yeah. And finally graduated, came home, sold some cars, and learned how to sell. And but anyway, so after your college experience, what'd you do after that?
I had a friend, Sharif, an Egyptian guy. He was one of my best buddies. And he actually, I didn't know what I was going to do. I had no idea what my passion was, but I knew I liked to party. And not necessarily get fucked up party. I just liked being a host. Yeah. I knew at an early age that was my passion. I enjoyed showing people a good time. And I knew that I was good at it. I knew I was good at organizing different groups of people to come together. But my friend Sharif was like this outgoing, I had never met anybody like this kid. He was from Los Angeles. He was Egyptian. He was just like, didn't give a fuck. He hustled, but he also hustled cars, and he was just always nice to everybody and always polite. And I was like, man, that's how everybody is supposed to be. He committed suicide with my friend Misty. He was dating her. I was not in the room when it happened. I pulled up just a couple minutes after. when I pulled up, I remember seeing the clock. The clock said 12:22, and I've actually seen. I got 222 on me. I've seen 222 every day. That sequence every day since then. But anyway, his family lived in Los Angeles, so we all grew up partying. You know, our whole, you know, it's like a family back in the day, because everybody, whenever there was an event, there wasn't as many choices as is now in Charlotte. So when people went out on a Friday or Saturday night, everybody's at the same spot. So everybody knew Sharif. Everybody knew Sharif. So when he passed away, there was no funeral. His family lived in Los Angeles. So I was like, I want to organize an event, party, and throw it in his memory. There's a guy named, you remember the Pterodactyl Club?
Oh, yeah.
That's when you know you're old, is when you promoted clubs named after a dinosaur.
Pterodactyl. Everybody that wanted to go and do alternative music.
So anyway,
was the place.
The guy, Jeff Lowry, who was the dude that owned that place, and we had gone, he'd actually let me do a few after parties there, but we didn't charge. It was just like he was staying open and I could bring my friends there. So I told him, I said, you know, Sharif, I want to do a party in his memory. Can I rent your club out? He's like, yeah, it's $1,000. I was like, I don't have $1,000. I was like, how about, we charge $10 a head at the door. You got your guy behind the door. The first 100 people that come through there, you get that $1,000. When, customer 101 comes in, I'm going to put my friend behind the door. You keep the bar, I get the door. We shook hands. And it just so happened that it was October 17th, 1997. So it was the same night that they did the inaugural, the grand opening event for Ericsson Stadium when the Rolling Stones played. So the stadium is literally a fourth of a mile from the Pterodactyl Club. So it was like the perfect storm. So I had like 1,000 people in and out of the door, and I made 10 grand, a little bit over 10 grand, throwing a party for my buddy, and it was at that exact moment when I was like, fuck, like that can be replicated, on a regular. So Then it was probably for the next, I don't know, 15 years consecutive in Charlotte, every venue, this is pre-social media. That's why I actually brought my flyers to show you. We would go, you'd print up 5,000 flyers. You'd have to go guerrilla warfare. You'd have to pass them out, go to every event, put them on cars, but we rented out every venue. I don't think there was a venue in town that said no to me, because they just knew that we were going to bring, and no contracts. It was all just a handshake. I get the door, you get the bar. And we had, it was a wild time.
When's the last time you threw a party like that?
I do it twice a year now. It's called Old School. Yeah, I did it about 6 months ago.
In the men's club?
No, I did it at this place called Surge.
Surge?
Buddy, this little spot on Central my friend owns.
How many people show up?
It was like 400. Yeah.
You get the door, they get the bar?
Yeah. I wasn't doing it now. Obviously you want to make money, but I was doing it more for the fact that I want to see everybody.
Yeah. 400 people. Mm-hmm. And what do you charge?
$10.
$10?
Yeah. No, maybe I charged 15 at that one.
$15? So you walked away, what, $6 grand?
No, just a couple grand, because you got to pay everybody.
Yeah. That's cool.
Yeah. That was a good little hustle.
So 15 years throwing parties.
Yeah, I brought this right here.
We got an album. He's brought this album of all these flyers from back in the day. And we're looking at like crazy DJ photos. No Bad Vibes, Joffe Productions.
But you got to look at the dates of some of these things.
Yeah, 1998.
Yeah.
I'm looking at 1998.
Yeah,
DJ Carey.
Those are artifacts.
Yeah. I bet some of these artists would probably like to have some of these.
I'm sure.
Yeah, that's cool. Who was the best DJ that came?
Oh, man, I don't know. There were so many of them. But that was pre-social media. Now to do what we were trying to accomplish with those flyers, you push a button. You push a button and everybody knows about your event.
Yeah, you got a social media.
Yeah, it was so different back then.
Yeah, this is crazy.
This is the one I was telling you that I did for my friend Sharif.
Yeah.
That's Sharif, and that was his baby picture, and I called the party Life.
The party was called Life.
Yeah.
So going back to your buddy, how long did you know him?
Like 5 years.
Yeah, and you met him how?
I'm not even sure. Just hanging out.
What was his issues, man? Why do you think he took himself?
Probably drugs.
He was on drugs?
Yeah.
So this party lifestyle, man, how many people do you know that were on drugs?
I would say like on drugs recreationally, there's two different categories. You got people that can do it, and then people that it does them.
Explain that to me. I've never been into drugs, so I don't understand.
In that environment,
recreationally is one thing.
And then you've got
addicted is another thing.
And if it's a lifestyle, that's where the issues can come.
When you say lifestyle, walk me through.
Just when you're going out, like, because I used to get banged up back in the day, and you don't realize it, but when you get banged up, it takes 2-3 days to recuperate. You know what I'm saying? So then you if there's 7 days in a week and you're recuperating 3 days, you got 2 good days that are.
See, I've never done drugs, so I don't understand what banged up means. What does that mean?
Just like, like
cocaine?
if you drink it. No, I don't do cocaine, but I used to eat a lot of fucking ecstasy.
Ecstasy?
Yeah.
Back
in the day.
What does ecstasy do to you?
It just makes you feel good.
It does?
Yeah.
Huh.
Yeah.
I don't know, man. I've always felt good.
Yeah.
I wake up in the morning.
I do too.
You're a positive guy like me.
Yeah.
You wake up with a smile on your face. You love to entertain people.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody always thought I was on cocaine. When I was Lightning Mike, everybody, like drug dealers would come in. Dude.
Now, I'm sure you'd get all the drug dealers.
All of them.
Yeah.
Everybody was tinting windows with me back in the day. I'd walk in and be like, Mike's fucking out there. I'm naturally out there. I never had to do drugs. I was afraid to do drugs.
Yep. That part, that was there is not one part of my life back then that I regret.
None.
Not one. I mean, if you live in the past, you're living in the past. So you can't regret anything. I mean, yeah, I wish I would have bought a house back then, and I wish, but yeah, there's nothing. I feel like that's what.
If you were to go back in time and throw one last party out of all these parties, which party stands out you the most? Tore the house down.
Oh, the first one.
The first one.
Oh, yeah.
Pterodactyl.
Oh, yeah. It was an unbelievable
life party.
Oh, yeah. It was
thousands of people.
Bro, it was unbelievable.
It was crazy.
You had Ericsson Stadium, the Rolling Stones right up the street. You had, I don't know how many, 80,000 people, 1 block up the street.
And that's what hooked you.
That
party hooked you.
That party was the man upstairs telling me,
this is your call.
I already knew I was good at it. I already knew that I could, bring people together, and I already knew that I enjoyed it. But that night was when I was like, okay.
So the owner of the Pterodactyl.
Oh, hold on. And that's the night, the next day is when I told my parents I was working for that guy, Rick St. George.
Yeah.
My parents were like, oh, he got a job at the hospital. He doesn't even have a degree. That's when I told them I was quitting and I was going to be the Don King of throwing parties.
I bet Dad was proud.
He was fucking livid. Yeah.
He was like, what the freaking hell?
Actually, he didn't get it for about 2 years into it. And then I rented out a movie theater and I wanted my dad to work the door because I figured that's the only way for him to get it, and so he worked the door that night. And he got it real quick. We had a couple hundred people and he was like, I see. And ever since then, he was like my biggest fan.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
So you proved to your dad.
Yeah.
And then your dad's your biggest fan.
Yeah.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
Where are you? Where's your background? Where do you come from?
He was born in Jerusalem.
Jerusalem.
Yeah.
You ever been there?
Nope. I want to.
That'd be awesome.
Yeah.
I'd love to go. You go. Let me know.
Yeah.
I'll go with you. And so your whole family's from Jerusalem?
My father.
Your father?
My father and grandpa. Yeah.
How about mom?
She is from New Jersey.
Oh.
Yeah.
Did you ever live up there?
No. A year. Yeah. A year. Yeah. I bounced around. I was born in Florida. Then we went to New Jersey, Atlanta, Indiana, Michigan, and then here. So I bounced around every year until 5th grade.
Wow. And then you settled down.
Yeah.
That's cool.
Yeah.
They just love Charlotte?
Yeah. My dad worked for, it was called Radiator Specialty. They made like the orange cones, the construction cones.
Yeah.
And then before that, he worked for Dow Chemical. He made like the Ziploc freezer bags.
Oh,
killer. The little bubble logo guy, the little cartoon. Yeah, he helped his buddy design that.
That's cool.
Yeah.
So the parties. When did you go from the party scene to something else? What was your next venture after the parties?
I'm still doing the events periodically, just not on a weekly basis.
Right.
I was 28 and I was actually doing an event. I used to rent out the Gold Club every Sunday. It was called Sunday Soup every Sunday. And this girl, her name was Laura Campbell. She actually used to own that club, Dharma Lounge. She was from Virginia. She's like, I got this friend that I need to introduce you to, because she knew me, and she's like, he's a hustler, you're a hustler. I think you guys could do something really cool together. And I met him that night, and then he was like, I want to open up an adult store. I'm like, I don't know, the only thing I know about sex toys is a condom. I know nothing, So he's like, well, let's go. Let me show you what a sex store looks like in Charlotte. So we went over to Wilkinson Boulevard, and it was right by the Paper Doll. It was called Video Adventures.
Yeah.
And I remember I walked in there, and you had to show your ID when you walk in, and the place was just like white and
dingy.
I like this. I like stuff to be organized, clean, it just, everything looked like a medieval torture device. And I was just like, what the fuck? I was like, I like sex. Everybody know likes sex. I was like, if this is from a business stamp, and I wasn't a kid, being 28, walking into an adult store is late in the game to walk into an adult store.
Sure.
So when I walked in, I was just looking at it as a business model. I was like, if everybody has sex and I feel weird in here, that means everybody that I know would feel weird in here. I was like, so all you got to do is take this and present it to the public in a different manner, because presentation's everything. So I wasn't working for the guy. A lot of people think I've owned the Red Door since day one. That's not the case. I actually went the very first day I didn't work for the Red Door. The guy had, I had worked at the men's club, and he's like, I need a hot chick to work the door, He pumped up all sorts of money in advertising and everything. The first store, it was July 4th, 2003, over off of Woodlawn. And I got him this girl that I didn't even know really. She doesn't show up. He calls me that day freaking out. Day one grand opening. He's like, dude, I got all these people. What am I going to do? I was like, I'll come up. I'll help. He's like, I can only pay you $8 an hour. I'm like, I don't care, bro. I'll come up there and help. So I go in there, and the first customers I helped, knowing nothing about sex toys, was a group of middle-aged divorce attorneys from Gastonia. I'll never forget it. And they walked in, and we were just talking shit and laughing. And I was just like, at that moment, just like with that party, at that moment, I was like, I got to have one of these one day, So I was his right-hand man for 15 years. We opened up, 4 stores. In 2009, we got #1 adult store in the country, which was pretty cool. And yeah, it's been a hell of a ride. I was an employee for 10 years and then bought into the company. My store was the one up at the university.
Yep.
We're right across from UNCC.
And that's your store.
Yeah. And it was tough when we first opened up because that's when they were still building the light rail. So
yeah, that road was screwed up.
Dude, so we're right there by Mallard Creek. So it was supposed to be completed our first year we signed the lease. It was 5 years later. For 3 years, you couldn't turn into our shopping center. You had to go all the way. So it was like people in our, at one time the whole center was like, I want to say 35% occupied, but we made it through. And now you've got UNCC football, which brings traffic. You got the shopping center is 100% occupied with good tenants. And then they use the parking lot as overflow for the football games. And the 3 main tenants is like Flying Saucer, Angry Elves, and another bar. So it's been a beautiful thing.
People come out of the bar, walk in, hey baby, you need some lingerie for tonight?
Yeah, it's been a good thing.
What's the #1 seller in the Red Door?
We sell, it's a bunch.
Literally, if you're going to pick 3 items, what would they be?
Well, the male enhancement pill has been #1 sold item since day one.
Okay.
A lot of people think it doesn't work. That's, if you get one from the gas station, you're getting something from,
China.
Yeah. If you get one in our store, I promise you will be Hercules. It's just how it is.
Never taken one, man.
Yeah.
Do they work?
So guys have a misconception. I don't need it. I'm not going to try it. I don't need it. You don't need that car you got outside. These people really don't need their windows tinted, but when they're driving in the sun, it feels better. It's just, I feel like it just gives you more stamina, makes you last longer.
Okay.
And mentally you're in the game.
Okay, got it.
Yeah.
What's a pill cost?
We sell them for $11.99
each.
Yeah.
That's expensive.
Not really. You
don't think so?
People get pharmaceutical ones cost way more than that.
Wow. So I don't know.
Yeah.
I'm ignorant.
Yeah. Well, you're blessed, obviously. Yeah. Yeah.
I need the pill that makes it go down.
Yeah.
Do you have one of those?
Yeah, it's called Liquid V. It actually makes you come faster.
Really?
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, I need the one at 5 a.m. that I can take and make it go down.
We'll have to, maybe we can design that.
Trust me, I hate it. I'll be on the road traveling and be like 5:30 in the morning. I'm like, what the freaking hell? It drives me nuts. Anyway, so the Red Door, when did you open it?
July 4th, 2003.
It's been that long.
Yeah, man.
University?
No, that was, university was 12 years ago.
12 years ago. So you've owned that store for 12 years?
Mm-hmm.
The doing?
Pretty good.
Is it?
Yeah.
That's awesome.
It's not a grand slam, but.
What other business ventures you got going on?
The men's club.
Men's club.
Men's club's my.
What's your baby?
Like from the outside looking in, people are always like, how can you, it's a strip club from the outside looking in. But from my view, looking out,
opportunity.
Since day one, it's always been I'm going to be the best. I'm going to be the best manager of any strip club ever. You know, I feel like I wouldn't be powerful in any other venue but the men's club the main strip club in the city that I'm from. But, you know, it's pretty much the only restaurant bar in town that's sustained 25 years in business, you know, and busier now than ever. And it goes back to like when I did my events, I love being a host, and I know that that's what I'm good at. And I love, just like in the Red Door, we're successful at the Red Door because that's an uncomfortable situation, and we make people feel comfortable in an uncomfortable situation. Same thing with the men's club. Only difference is I'm being a host with people that got real money, you know,
right.
versus people that are just wanting to party.
Yeah.
And the people that have money appreciate a host and appreciate somebody, and I'm good at it, you know. And you know, people talk business on golf courses and in strip clubs.
Strip clubs. I used to go. You still do the Wednesday lunch?
We do not. We stopped since COVID. Yeah.
That's what I used to do. Me and a couple of buddies used to go there at Wednesdays at lunch.
Yeah.
We go there for like 2 hours.
No, we were known for that.
It was amazing.
Yeah.
You would see women, doctors, lawyers.
Yeah, no, we'll start it back. But yeah, we've had people the past 2 months start asking a lot about it.
It was awesome. Still do the buffet at night?
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
It goes to what, 2 in the morning?
4.
So the buffet is from 12 to 4?
It's from 1:30 to 3:30. No, 2:30 to 2 to 3:30.
It starts at 2 a.m. Mm-hmm. I'm in bed, bro. There's no way.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
No.
Yeah. If it started at midnight, maybe I could come.
Yeah, on Friday and Saturdays, I go in at 9. I get home
And
at
it's a,
probably like
what,
5.
a 3-4-star restaurant?
5-star, 4-star, yeah. I mean, you walk in, we got a fresh lobster tank.
It's 4-star restaurant.
Yeah.
You got a good chef?
Mm-hmm.
Where's he from?
Yeah. I'm not sure where Chef is from.
But he cooks really good food?
Yeah.
Like you get out of the movies,
Great
9, 10
menu.
o'clock at night. You come
It's
in.
the only place in town you can get a badass steak, lobster tail at 1 in the morning in the city.
What's it cost to get in?
$10.
Just $10?
Yeah.
That's not bad. Mm-mm. How many girls work there?
It varies during the night.
What's the best night?
Varies during the week. I mean, you just never know in that place.
Really?
I mean, I've seen it be packed with a couple hundred people, and the sales are one number, and then I've seen 5 people be in the club, and the sales are more than it was. You know, it's just such a unique business model.
So who comes into the men's club most of the time?
It's just all sorts of people.
Everybody?
Everybody, Mike.
Women?
Yeah, I mean, we get women. Not a ton of them, but we definitely get some women.
How about couples?
Yeah, Saturdays is couples night.
Saturday's couples
Yeah,
night?
so we cater to them.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
What's cater?
I mean, just free entry, you know.
Gotcha.
And to where they know that there's other like-minded couples coming in there.
So how long is a dance?
Yeah. As long as the song. Yeah.
3.
That place is a vibe. You know, it's not, and I tell the girls that it's topless entertainment, but it's a vibe. You know, and the thing that makes that place so unique is the guys that run it. You know, all of us have been there. Me, David, Carlos, Will. We've all been there over 15 years, you know, so we take pride, you know, and I'm pretty sure that's rare in that industry. That industry is such controlled chaos that usually there's not somebody that's implementing rules, you know. There's just like, it's what strip clubs are stereotyped. Ours isn't. Ours is a business where it just so happens that we got beautiful women that take their clothes off.
Back to the Pterodactyl. When you threw that party and that dude said $1,000 and he's like thanking you.
Yeah.
Like,
oh, I did it there for the next year. I did every Friday. After that party, I did every Friday at the Pterodactyl for a year. And
you became good friends.
And got the whole door.
You got the whole door.
The whole door every Friday for a year.
Because he knew the bar was going to be banging.
Yeah, banging. And then
who bought the DJs in? Him?
No, I did all of it. You know, and there was a couple other people in town that were promoting events, you know, big events, you know, like the raves. There was a guy named Kevin Mitchell who's a badass. He actually worked for Sugar Society, which they're one of the biggest in the world, you know, to date, as far as stone, you know, electric music.
What'd you have to pay a DJ?
Well, this is the thing. I just booked my buddies. All the other guys in the country that were doing what I was doing were booking all the guys that were hot. I never paid for any talent. I just paid my boys, you know, because my guys played good music, you know. And I remember being at my friend's house after Sharif, the party for Sharif, and I asked all my friends, I was like, would you pay $10 to go to a place if you knew there'd be the music that you liked and the people that you wanted to see, you know? And that's basically, that's how we went. I didn't see the point to have to pay outside talent when my guys are just as good. I thought they played.
And you just pay them?
Yeah. Yeah,
that's really cool. Would you give them like $200?
Couple $100, yeah. I still use those same guys to this day at Old School, the exact same crew.
That's awesome. Mm-hmm. So the DJ that works at the men's club, did he ever do any parties for you?
No.
No? Who's that guy?
We have a few of them.
They just rotate?
Mm-hmm.
Do the girls have to tip out?
Yes. I mean, they don't have to, you know. It's just like if me and you go to dinner, you know, we don't have to tip the waiter, you know.
If he does good service.
I mean, you don't have to, you know. A tip is just that, you know. So they don't have to do anything, you know.
So the girls' money they make is their money. They don't have to tip you. They don't have to tip the bar. They don't have to tip anything.
I mean, they do, but they don't have to. They don't have to do any of that.
It's recommended.
I mean, it's the industry, you know. But they don't. But nobody's asking for a tip.
Top girls that work there, what do they make a week? You know,
Couple
$2,000.
I mean, easy,
Easy, like 3,000-4,000.
easy. A week, you mean? Oh yeah, $5,000, easy, all day. Yeah.
So a top girl, top producer, not on drugs, comes in, all about her money.
I will say, like, our chicks aren't on drugs. You know, you got girls that smoke weed, but we got, like, with the amount of girls that come in, you know, and with me being the ones that's picked, we got good girls, you know. Like, when you come in there, like, you're coming in there to enjoy your time and be in a fantasy world, and you're in a fantasy world, you know. And we got every race, and they're all beautiful, you know. So you can't really say who's the top winner, because sometimes they all win. It's just different times.
I mean, if
you
you like tall, you like blonde, you like petite, you like big boobs, little boobs.
But I mean, the amount of money people spend is just astronomical.
It's ridiculous.
Astronomical.
Why do they do it?
I mean,
Entertainment?
Yeah.
Just fun?
Yeah. Everybody's wired differently.
Are these girls married or not married?
Some.
Some are married?
You know.
Yeah. Some have kids.
They're all single in there.
They're all single.
And there they are.
And there they are.
Yeah.
And they're all single.
They're all single.
No one says they're married.
Nobody says anything. You don't share your personal business, you know.
It's
a fantasy. You're in
your
character.
name's Candy.
You're in character.
You're in character.
Yeah.
So you go there, there's nothing real.
No.
They're all just a made-up girl, made up in
No,
the head.
I mean, you're having real conversations. I feel like that's, you know, there's two ways to stimulate a man, you know. Obviously being beautiful, but mental stimulation goes a long way.
It does.
You know, like a guy like yourself, you know, people that make real money and that are entrepreneurs, when they come in there, they don't want it to feel like a business transaction. They don't want the girl, and I tell the girls that, they don't want the girl to just walk up, hey, do you want to dance? And I tell the girls, I'm like, even if you're beautiful, you'll get your dances by default because you're beautiful. I was like, but the guys that got the real money want to have a conversation. Yeah, I was like, so take the time and just be like, hey, how's it going? Have you guys ever been here before? That 5 seconds versus just being like, hey, do you want to dance is going to...
Don't make it all about the money.
100%.
Go in and say, hey, baby, how are you?
Honestly, I try to be, you know, that is such a different business. Like, it's hard. That's why that's why we're doing the podcast, because I feel like there's just so much to tell the general public. It's just so different. But I feel like it all works in there, and it's a beautiful thing. And then, you know, to work with your friends, you know, I've been friends with those guys.
Yeah. I've known Carlos for a long time,
yeah,
too.
He's
so
a
tell me,
badass.
you've got a podcast coming out.
Yeah.
What's the name of it?
It's going to be Night Shift.
Night Shift.
Yeah.
And when are you going to be doing that?
So we already started.
Who's doing it?
It's going to be me, David, Carlos, and Will. And it's going to be not based from the club. It's going to be based on, you know, we have so many girls from all over the place. So it's going to be based on stories from other venues around the country and around the world. And we're just going to basically be like entertain stripper diaries.
Stripper diaries.
Yeah.
Dude, I'll tune into that.
Everybody will.
I think it's going to be fun.
Oh, yeah. The guy that filmed it the first time said it was Netflix worthy.
It's Netflix. Oh,
wow. I think so. I'll send it to you.
So who's hosting it?
Me.
You.
Yeah. I mean, me, you know, us four.
That's going to be badass.
Yeah.
Dude, I'm sitting next to
But
a
I'm
famous
like,
man.
I'm sitting next to a famous man.
In my world.
Yeah.
In the window town.
Hey, in my world, you know, you create your own reality, and then you're the man in your reality. That's all that matters.
In my reality, I am world famous.
In my reality, I'm the man. So that's all that matters.
If you want to throw a party, get some DJs and some strippers.
I'm pretty sure if they offered that class in college, it would be a line out the door for people signing up.
I would probably sign up for that one too.
I didn't think that I would make a career out of it, but here we are.
How long you worked for the men's club?
19 years.
19 years.
Yeah, same as Red Door.
You get it.
I remember when we opened up Red Door, I would ask all the girls where they bought their clothes. And I never got a definitive answer. It was always like, oh, I got this here or this there. And I was like, man, there needs to be, these chicks are making indisposable income. There needs to be a place where they can just, like a one-stop shop for entertainers that has shoes, garter belts, thigh highs, outfits, you know, all that shit. And then the adult novelties, you know. So our stores are set up as a boutique, not a sex store. So when you walk in, it's all lingerie and then bachelorette. You know, because even if a lady's not going to ever think about buying a sex toy, she's going to know somebody that gets married. So we have a huge, I mean, my bachelorette section is probably as big as this wall. Basically as like a lure, you know, to get women to come in. Yeah, brings them in the door. They see nothing. There's nothing in the window you can walk by. There's nothing sexually oriented in my windows.
Just nice women's lingerie.
Just nice women's lingerie. You walk in, and then it's basically we have it set up to where it's a tour. I actually have a lot of, I don't say plus size, I say voluptuous female. But when we opened up the university store, we packed it full of dancewear like our previous stores. But no dancers really were up there, not to buy the amount of product that they were at our Woodlawn independent store. And I started having just, you know, larger women come in, you know, asking for stuff. And then I started just doing my own research. And I realized that, you know, there's a larger woman wears just as much lingerie as a skinny girl, you know, but they don't have any options to buy nice shit. There's no place that was selling plus size lingerie. So then I just started adding plus size, and then before you know it, boom. You know, I got a whole wall, and now it's one of my niches. And,
that's cool.
Yeah, so we have high end plus size lingerie.
Big girls need
and ladies come in, they're like, "Where's your plus size section?" I'm like, "Man, we don't have a plus size section." I was like, "But our voluptuous female section is right over there." Yeah,
I love it.
Yeah.
If you're a bigger female, is voluptuous sound better than plus?
I think so, because I had a bigger female tell me not to say plus size and to say that, and then I just always stuck in my little sales pitch. Yeah,
I think plus sounds better than voluptuous. Yeah. I think voluptuous sounds like too hard to say.
Yeah, I don't know. I always thought if Victoria's Secret put a plus by their name, they'd just crush it.
They would.
They were missing half the boat.
Oh, they're started to now.
Yeah,
I think. Yeah, if I'm not mistaken, I saw Victoria's Secret Runway Show. And they had a couple of bigger girls on it.
Well, that's smart. This stuff is so strong, Mike.
It's strong?
Wow. Like, wow.
It's good.
If you say so.
I'll drink it if you don't want it, bro.
If you say so.
Well, that's like marijuana.
Yeah.
There's like regular and then there's strong.
Yeah.
And the people that smoke all the time, oh, that's not strong.
I used to smoke all the time. I don't smoke before work, ever. Just at nighttime. Sometimes I don't even
chill out.
Yeah.
Yeah. What time do you get off work normally?
During the week we close at 2, so I'll get home at like 3. Fridays and Saturdays we close at 4. I get home at like 5.
5 in the morning.
Yeah.
Who are you dating?
Nobody.
Nobody?
No.
You had a girl a couple years ago that was really tight.
Yeah, a couple years ago.
So how many girls that work at the club try to come home with you?
No.
Keep business.
I really do. You know.
You don't mess with
I'm not saying I haven't ever, but I'm saying that I don't.
Right.
You know, and haven't in quite some time. I just keep
it separate.
And I feel like that's why the girls respect me, is because in that environment, they're so
everybody's trying to get hit on.
Yeah, you know, and I'm in there literally trying to be your brother and your mentor. And when you come in there, I'm trying to coach you to be like, listen, you know, because at the end of the day, you're not coming there to apply to be an entertainer because you're at the top of your game. You know, there's some shit going on in your life for you to even come in there and apply. So I want to be the person that's like, if you're taking your clothes off for a living, I've been doing this long enough to let you know that this is how you do it. Follow these guidelines and be super successful, and you can change your life. You know, because I have everything I have. My Red Door, the money that I put into the Red Door, Mike, was all money that I saved from the club.
Right.
And everything stemmed from that place.
Yeah. It's been good to you.
It's been a fucking blessing, man.
Yeah.
Like, I feel so lucky. I can't believe I'm going to be 50 this year and this is how I've made a living. You know, I feel great every single day. I feel so grateful. Every time I see 222 every day, every single day for 25 years, the second I see it, I take like 2-3 seconds and I'm just like, I'm not super spiritual, but I know that there's somebody upstairs watching. And I've always lived my life like, if you do the right thing and treat people right, then
I agree.
You know,
karma is everything. Mm-hmm. I feel like if you put the good energy out, the good energy will come back.
And I stopped when my grandfather passed. So this was 5 years ago. My grandpa was 99. So he said he was going to make it to 100. But so when he passed away, he called all 8 grandkids. 8 of us. We're all boys, men. He called me last. He's known I've been hustling since day one. This is a 99-year-old man. He said, stop chasing the money. He said, you're always going to be successful. He said, money comes and money goes. He said, life's 2 biggest gifts don't cost a thing. He's like, happiness and love. He's like, go find those. And when that man told me that, that changed my whole life, because I was always chasing money. And then ever since then, I just stopped, that's when I actually backed off. So I'm not in the day-to-day operations of Red Door anymore. I took myself back. I just take my distribution check. I had the gym stacks, so I wasn't giving 100% of Joffe to anything, and I wasn't getting 100% back. I was 33% to Red Door, 33% to stacks, 33% to the men's club. And now it's, laser focus and everything's
100% Joffe.
100% Joffe.
Yeah, working out. Take me through a daily routine. What do you do in a day? Like, you get up, work out. What do you do? Wake up at
last night I closed by myself. I got home at it was an easy night last night. So I got home at like 2:40. Was in bed by 3:30. I got to the gym. I wanted to make sure I got to the gym before I came and saw you, because I always get anxiety. I always get a nervous feeling every day, like something's wrong. And the only thing that cures that for me is going to the gym.
Right.
So I go to the gym 6 days a week, sometimes 7 days a week. But I don't miss a day. I go 6 days a week. I'm doing 40 minutes cardio. I'm doing 40 minutes weights every single solitary day. I bought a Peloton. I put it in I got a badass bedroom. It was like, put it in the garage where my gym is, or put it in my bedroom. So when I wake up, there's no fucking excuses. So right when you walk in my bedroom, it's just like an eyesore, So the days that I don't go to the gym, I'm forced to get on that thing.
How do you like it?
I love that thing.
I've heard a lot of good things.
I will definitely brag about the Peloton.
That's cool.
For sure.
Yeah.
I mean, it's 30 minutes. I do the 30-minute classes, and the only thing that's gotten me like that is CrossFit classes.
It's intense.
I mean, fucking drenched.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
I love riding bikes.
Yeah, I love it too.
Mountain biking's my thing.
Yeah, this is good. This is good too, because I've never ridden a bike. That was funny. We both scratched at the same time. When your feet are strapped in, because if you're just riding a bike, you're just pushing, you're using your quads.
Right.
But when you're in the shoes, the actual biking shoes, and you're clamped in, you're getting that full rotation. So it's quads, hamstrings. So it's a whole different workout.
Yeah, my son, when he raced motocross, we got a mountain bike. And he got clip-ins. And I wore like the Van flat shoes in the mountain bike, because I'd like to take my leg off the pedal when I go in like the corners and stuff, because I rode dirt bikes and he did too, but he could kill me because he was clipped in. So he was getting that full upward motion, the downward motion. And I was always nervous to clip in, and then if I ever had to take my foot off really quick, I'm going to fall over and get hurt.
Your son's been a badass riding dirt bikes for a long for a long time.
Now this story I told the other day. I haven't rode a street bike or a dirt bike since my wreck. I had a real bad wreck. Got on a bike, I don't know, a week or two ago, maybe 2 weeks ago, and we have these helmet mics, and my son is coaching me through corners. All right, Dad, there's a pothole coming up on your left, and I'm like riding around. I taught this kid how to ride a bike when he's 4, and he's over there coaching his 49-year-old dad going through corners on a street bike, and it was just really cool. It was nice to have your son kind of coach you back, like it was like the Days of Thunder.
Yeah, that's awesome.
When they come through the smoke, and then all of a sudden it's like, oh shit, I made it. Let me put it in 5th gear and go. That's what I felt like the other day. It was kind of cool. It was a good experience. You ever ride bikes?
I have not.
Street bikes, nothing?
Never. I had one time I was on the bike with my buddy Dan Hudson, and he's like, hold on tight. We were coming right off Valley Forge off of Tyvola, and he was so stoned he forgot I was on there, and he hit the gas, and if it wasn't for my feet getting stuck up underneath his armpits, the helmet hit the ground. So he immediately comes back down. We only went like 10 feet. I took my helmet off. He said I was white as a ghost, and I've never been on a bike ever since. I wouldn't even know how to start yours.
So getting back to what your grandfather told you, 99 years old.
99. Oh, so Grandpa passed away, and then within the next 120 days, I lost my dad and my 2 best friends. It was just like bam, bam, bam.
Wow.
Yeah, I lost Dad 6 weeks after I lost my grandpa, just out of the clear blue, and it definitely fucked me up. My dad was by far my best friend, by far my biggest fan. Most people grow up and their parents know the person that the kid portrays that they want their parent to think they are. The parent doesn't really truly know everything, the ins and outs, and what makes their kid tick, because the kid, you can let your parents think you're a certain person. Man, me and my dad were we smoked weed together. We talked about everything. He was literally my best friend. So when that happened, it took me, and it was weird because my job's, I'm always in the public. So there was I couldn't really be sorry. I couldn't really be. I didn't have time to be sad because I had to continue working and stuff.
You're a promoter.
Well, just with like work and at the gym and at the store and at the club, and it took some time, man. Like honestly, that's what made me. I've always worked out, but never like an animal until I've worked out my whole life. But like when Dad died is when I was just like, that's the only thing that could make me feel better each day.
So what are you doing for happiness and love?
Man, I'm pretty happy every day, I think.
I know.
Yeah.
When you say pretty happy, like what makes you happy? Working out, entertaining people, putting smiles on people's faces.
Man, I feel great. I feel blessed that I love going to work. You know what I mean? I like.
Well, you get to look at women.
Like I love going. Like my days are not like Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. Joffe's days are like, okay, where do I need to be tomorrow? You know, there's no day. It's just where do I need to be the next day?
Do you look a year down the road, or you look like a week down the road?
So I look a year down the road. Sometimes.
What's a year look like?
So I'm gonna hustle. I got some more gas in the tank.
Yeah?
Yeah.
I love it.
Yeah, I got gas in the
Racing
tank.
fuel.
Yeah, I just feel like I'm so like I love what I do, Mike, and I feel like I'm so good at it, and I feel like I don't feel like I know, which is the difference. You know, I know I'm good at it, and I know that my team and the guys that I work with are good at it, and I know that the guy that I work for is good at what he does, and we have a beautiful thing.
Does it give you any kind of profit sharing or ownership?
No.
No?
No.
You just get paid a salary?
I mean, and and my hustle.
And you hustle there. Yeah. So you bottle service.
I do everything.
Everybody's
asking for Joffe. Joffe to the lobby. Joffe to the lobby.
Yep. You take care of people, they take care of you.
I mean, there's plenty of people that I take care of that don't look out. And there's plenty of people,
That do.
I had one guy, this is a good one. He was one of my best customers forever, right? So he comes in, I'm not going to mention his name, but he comes in and he would always come in and give me a couple $100. This is when I was a floor host, I wasn't a manager. So he comes in with his kid for his 21st birthday. He orders $10,000 in dance dollars. So dance dollars is what you charge on your credit card. Like if you don't come in with cash, it's basically like funny money. So when we give it to you, it's just it's a fake dollar bill that's worth $20, just like a $20 bill for a dance. So he got 10 grand. Well, it comes out of a machine, so it takes a minute for, there's 4 dance dollars on a sheet. So you can imagine how long it takes for 10 grand to print on this thing. So he orders the 10 grand and he's like, Joffe, I got to go, man. My son is so fucked up. I got to get him out of here. I'm like, what about the 10 grand? He's like, just do whatever you want with it. I'm like, huh? I'm like, what do you mean do whatever? He's like, you can have it. I'm like, you need to tell my boss that. So the guy that was the manager at the time, his name was Oscar, he told him that. And there was 3 girls around that heard him say that. So I got the 10 grand and I remember giving each person $1,000. And they had nothing to do with any of it other than the fact they just heard that man say I could keep it. And then I gave each of them $1,000 and I ran in the bathroom with the rest of the shit in my back pocket and I counted it. And I was like, holy shit, it was like $4,000. I was like, this is amazing.
That's awesome.
Yeah, it was a good one.
And the guy never came back?
He's been back.
He's been back,
yeah.
10 grand was nothing to him?
No, his last tab was like
55,000.
Yeah, in a day.
He went to men's club, dropped 55 G's.
55.
What did he buy?
Man, last month I saw somebody take 28,000 and throw it in the air.
$28,000.
All over the floor.
Just threw it everywhere.
In a 5-day span. Yeah, one day it was like 13, the next day it was like 13.
Same guy?
Same person.
And where's he from?
I mean,
local?
They just, whatever they do it real well. Yeah. Yeah.
So a lot of those boys that just have a lot of cash, they're just like, you know what? Fuck it. I want to own the strip club for the night. Every girl there is just sucking his, you know what?
No.
No?
It's not a whorehouse.
No, but I'm saying they're all like, they're giving him tons of attention.
Oh, yeah.
That's what I mean.
Yeah, of course.
Like, that's what I meant.
Yeah, 100%.
Like he's throwing money in the air and he owns the strip club for the night. Like all the girls are sucking him off.
Yeah.
Like they're
but you got to, like, as crazy as it sounds, you got to realize that there's plenty of dudes that make real money, like that are married and they got kids and they live somewhere else and they're coming to Charlotte for a convention and it might be their one day of the year that
they won't let loose.
Yeah, so I get it. It's not yeah, we get crazy people, but a lot of the dudes are just normal dudes,
Yeah.
There's
Cocktails.
Yeah.
How's your bar there?
Like
The bartenders, can they make really good specialty cocktails?
yeah.
Can they make all the real fancy drinks now?
Yeah.
Because that's big in the world that I go to now, like the speakeasies.
It is big in our club. Like we have good old fashions and there's a few other things, but it's got to be
Fast.
so when you're taking those drinks that take 10 minutes and you got, 30 drinks that you got to get out, it's tough.
But the bartenders can make them.
Yeah.
So if you're there on a slow night, they can make a really cool drink. Good. I might have to come back.
Yeah.
Because I like good drink.
Yeah.
Yeah. So $10, come in, get a table,
Yeah.
music, dancing. It's a fun time. I used to enjoy going. So what's next for you? You said you got a new business venture coming out, or
No, so I've had it. So one day I was in the lobby at the men's club, and the song "Marky Mark, Feel the Vibration" came on.
Okay.
And I don't know why I decided to go on GoDaddy, but for some reason I just picked up my phone and I just started typing in every variation of "Feel the Vibration," "Good Vibration," "Feel the Vibration," everything you could think of. All of it was taken. And the door girl was like, "What about feelthevibration.com?" Like, there's no way that's open. I typed in it, and it was open on my phone, and I thought something was wrong. So then I grabbed her phone, and I went to GoDaddy, and I typed it in. I was like, "You got to be kidding me!" So then I ran upstairs in the office on the computer, and I bought it for 10 years.
Feelthevibration.com.
That's the name, Mike.
I love it.
That's
badass.
So I've had that name for 10 years.
Has anybody offered to buy it?
Not yet, but I was uneducated in that space, extremely uneducated in the online space.
Right.
But the guy that I worked for, with the Red Door, was borderline genius, and I've watched him take, companies and do, a couple $100 million a year online. So I watched the formula and how to do it. So I tried to do it about 6 years ago, and then learned real quick that if you don't have somebody that knows about search engine optimization and algorithms and all this, you're basically floating in space. So after spending about 30 grand on different companies that promised they could get me up here, I was like, I'm not going to quit. I'm just going to come back to it when the time's right. And I didn't have the distribution set up straight. I was just hooked up to one vendor. So then COVID hits, and it was March 17th. March 17th, Stacks, my gym closed, which was right up the street. You remember that closed for good. We never opened up after that day. The men's club closed and the Red Door closed. So in my world, I had two jobs that I had had for, at the time, 17 years, both gone in the same day. And my gym, that was my therapy, gone, so. And then for the longest time, for the first couple months when people were like, what the fuck's going on? I was like, a lap dance is definitely the farthest thing from social distancing. It's going to be a minute before the club's open. I got to figure something out, and I got to figure it out fast. So I had called up the dude that owns the company that I get my toys from. It's the largest toy distribution company in America. And it's a Jewish guy that I've actually known. I met him right when I got into the industry. And I just asked him. I was like, if I have this domain name, if I build the site, can I sync it up to your warehouse and will you drop ship it? He's like, of course. I was like, really? He's like, yeah. So now I have a website. I have 17,000 items online. You can go to Adam and Eve and find their exact item, type in the same SKU number on my site. It's cheaper on my site than it is on their site. I've got everything categorized.
What's the name of the site again?
Feelthevibration.com. Coupon code is 212.
212.
But everything is categorized. So it's not just like an adult, it's just like we did our store, and it's a process of fine tuning it, because I have so many items. It's almost like, if you don't know what you're looking for, it's too much because you're going to get lost. So what we're in the process of doing now is we're basically we're basically doing like sex toys 101 categories for people.
Top picks.
Yeah. But I have 17,000 items. I have the largest selection of bondage, the largest selection of bachelorette, games, gifts, gags.
How are you promoting it?
Online. Yeah. I just started like 2 months ago spending some money. I got a guy now that's based in town that specializes. He has a company that they do search engine optimization. And
so how long has the store been open?
A year.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Are you getting good sales?
Not really. Not yet.
Need to promote
but
it.
I mean, it's
starting to get some traction.
It's starting, and it hasn't been right. It hasn't been, and the beautiful thing with that, Mike, is I'm not paying rent, so it's like, who cares if I'm fucking
you make $20, $100,
who
$5,000.
cares, just let's get everything right. And then, because the doors are open. So I've looked at it like it's a baby. When a baby's born, all it knows how to do is just take a breath. And then organically it starts to crawl, and then it walks, and then it's the same thing here. And and it's a learning process as we go, because like I said, I was uneducated in the space, but at the end of the day, from a business model size, like I could have the nicest red door in the world right there, and then I could have the other nicest one right there, and then the other one over there. Well, the only customers that are going to shop there are the people that it's convenient to. So if I could have the greatest idea in the world, but you're only catering to the people that want to drive there, that can, the website is a store that I can sell.
I just heard the North Lake Mall is bankrupt. How many malls do you think in the next 10 years are still going to be there?
I mean, I don't know.
Online. I mean, you buy clothes, Amazon.
Yeah, but I've had people ask me this.
But I mean, it sounds great that you've got the store.
Well, people are always going, the thing with adult retail, because I've had people say, are you scared that these online stores no, because people are always going to want to be able to touch it, feel it, see it.
Right.
You can't touch it, feel it, see it online. And people like going, it's almost like a museum, like it's like an experience,
right.
Well,
it's like I was needing a TV for the bedroom, and I went to Costco. I didn't buy it online on Amazon. Yeah. I went to Costco because I wanted to see the picture.
Yeah.
I wanted to touch it.
Yeah.
I wanted to see it.
Yeah.
And I took it home that day.
Yeah.
I didn't have to wait 3 days.
Exactly.
Yeah. So yeah, if you want it
and we lose, don't get me wrong, there's a lot of customers that they'll come in the stores, they'll find out exactly what kind of products they want, and then they buy it online. You lose them from the retail side of things. But then you also got those younger kids that have never been in a sex store that are coming in. So it's like a nonstop wheel. You've always got people that aren't going to come back, and they're going to shop online. And then you always got new people that have never been in the store, that's especially being like right across from UNCC.
How hard is it to date?
Man, I've always had a problem with that.
Really?
To be honest.
What's the biggest problem?
I mean, I've had not to get a girl that likes me or a girl that I like, but to have, there's two variables. Well, three. First of all, I own a sex store and I manage a strip club. So that's two pervert strikes out the gate before I open up my mouth,
Yeah.
And at the end, and then next, it just takes, I don't know if I would want a girl that worked, you know what I'm saying? Like it has to take a girl that's got a shit ton of confidence in herself to be confident that her dude does this for a living and can trust me,
Right. That you're not screwing everything.
And I get that. And, so that's a unique trick, my friend. But she's out there.
She's out there.
Yeah, I'm not in any rush.
Maybe it's an ex-entertainer.
I mean, who knows what? Who knows what it is? But right now, I'm focused on, and for the past quite some time, I'm focused on me.
You like younger girls or older girls?
Man, I just like people that make me feel good.
I like it.
Yeah,
that's a good sign.
Yeah.
You said your dad and your grandfather, who'd you say else passed away?
My best friend Steve Hayes, and then my friend Curly. Yeah, so my grandpa passed of old age, but he went out the way that you want to go out. Like literally called all the grandkids the night before to say, goodbye. Who doesn't want to die like that? You know what I mean? My father, so my aunt and uncle, my dad's brother and sister, they all live up in New Jersey. So they were all going out to dinner on my granddad's 100th birthday, and that's when my dad passed, on his dad's birthday. I'm pretty sure it was his birthday, yeah. And then a month after that, my friend Steve, he was always bad off. He had always just, done a lot of drugs. He had a whole different. His deck of cards that he was dealt was totally different. But he actually sniffed some powder that had fentanyl in it. And
that's crazy.
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
Yeah.
Mom still alive?
Mom, yep, she lives in Waxhaw.
Still close with her?
Yeah, I try to see her at least. My schedule is tight, but I try to go at least once a month. I got a brother. I got a beautiful niece named JJ Juniper Joffe.
Is the men's club open every night?
Every night.
7 days a week?
7 days a week.
Never close?
Never.
Ever?
Mm-mm.
Daytime too?
Mm-hmm.
Daytime?
Mm-hmm.
What time?
11 o'clock.
It opens at 11.
Yes, sir.
Close at 2 a.m.
Yes, sir.
Every day?
Every day. Well, no. 4 o'clock in the morning on Fridays and Saturdays.
Friday and Saturday night, 4 a.m.
Mm-hmm.
How many girls show up at 11 o'clock to dance?
I mean, it varies. Sometimes we can have 25 girls. Sometimes we can have, 45 girls. I mean, it just
How many people come? Do y'all serve lunch?
Yeah.
Just not the buffet.
Nope.
So you can order food, burgers.
Yeah, great food. Happy.
Yeah.
We do a happy hour. Yeah, I mean the food there is amazing.
It is
I feel
good.
like that's one of the niches, and we'll get that brunch back. You know, there's so many people that don't even realize that we were famous for that back in the day. That Wednesday lunch.
Everybody went.
Dude, there would be
Every car dealer I knew was
everybody.
there.
Yeah.
I was around the car business, and
Yeah.
everybody goes, bro, you go buy a car between like 12 and 2 on Wednesdays. It's
Go to
like
the
to be
men's
3
club.
people at the
Yeah.
dealership. They're all freaking eating lunch.
Yeah.
At least on South Boulevard.
Mm-hmm.
They would all come over there for lunch. Yeah, you need to get that back. Yeah. It was like $29, $20 or something.
No, I think it was cheaper than that.
It was cheaper.
Yeah, COVID messed that up.
It was amazing. Anyway, so how many nights a week do you work?
5.
You work 5.
5.
And you have another manager that takes, you work Friday, Saturday
There's
night?
4 of us. 5 of us.
Do you always work weekends?
Yeah.
This Friday, Saturday night are your nights.
Yeah.
You have to be there.
I'm there Monday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday.
So Tuesday,
I'm off on Sundays and Tuesdays. That's why it was tough scheduling it here because
Yeah.
I wanted to do it on the day that I was off.
off, yeah. Gotcha. And you wake up usually around lunchtime?
It varies.
12, 1?
Sometimes I wake up early, you know. I have a problem going back to sleep. Like, I don't have any problem falling asleep, but like if I wake up, even if it's after like 2 hours, it's tough for me to go back.
You just mind races.
Yeah.
So the marijuana helps. CBD, do you try that?
Man, you know what? Melatonin works actually. I've tried everything.
Yeah.
I've tried Ambien. I tried all that stuff. Melatonin makes me sleep.
That gives me weird dreams.
Yeah.
Melatonin, I've tried it. I do the CBD, THC gummies every once in a while. Like if I'm traveling or whatever, and I just can't shut the brain off, I'll take one. And then the problem is if I get one that's too strong, then I wake up in the morning foggy, like I had like fog or something. So I don't necessarily like it.
Yeah. That's like this stuff.
See, I love
I took one sip. I've been sweating down the back of my neck.
Get out of here. I'm going to finish it.
Drink it.
Gotcha. But
I was trying to be polite.
do you have a love of cars? What's your
Not-
love? Like if you could win the lottery right now, what would you buy? Like if you could buy one thing. What
Buy or do? Like my end goal, I want to be a digital nomad. You know, like my goal, I want the website. Well, I don't want. The website one day is going to be is going to be what's making me the money. And then I will be able to, be free and go wherever I want, and work from a computer. That's the end goal. Now I'm in no rush to get there, but that's the plan.
What would you consider are you somewhat introverted or you're an extrovert?
That's, I don't know. I've asked myself that because I love being social, but just as much as I love being social, I love being by myself at my house.
How do you learn how to do that?
What, be at my house?
Be alone. Like how do you be it? How are you content being alone? Your mind is enough thinking about all the new things you want to do?
When my pop died, I spent a lot of time by myself.
Yeah.
Like a year, and then when COVID hit, I spent a lot of time. Like COVID, all I did, literally, because I was out of work for like 5 months, all I did every single day was a couple hundred pull-ups and walk on the Greenway every day and listen to podcasts. I like being by myself. It gives me time, because I feel like with all my other jobs, I'm always around people. I'm always having a million 30-second conversations that I like just to be by myself and just be in my own thoughts,
If someone wanted to learn something about you, what would you say?
Like one thing that
If I met you and
one thing that I would tell you to help, that I would think would help you in your life,
absolutely.
that whatever you choose to do, you have to be passionate about it or you will never truly be successful. And that failure is part of the process and that you can't be scared to fail because that's part of success.
It is, absolutely. Yeah. If you were to let somebody in on you to know one thing about you that nobody knows, tell me something about yourself that nobody else knows. Just curious.
I put makeup on my head when I go to work at the club so my head's not shiny.
Do you really? You have a beautiful noggin.
Yeah, I put makeup on my head at work.
How tall are you?
Just so it doesn't shine.
How tall are you?
I don't know, 5'9", I think.
See, the problem with being about 6'1" is my son used to race motocross and we had this camper. And I think, if I'm not mistaken, like the door opening was 6 foot. And had this metal thing at the very top that latched when we were racing dirt bikes. And I literally would get hot I'd be working on the bikes, I'd be racing, whatever, and I'd walk out the door, and I would at least 2 or 3 times in a weekend hit my head on that little thing. I have like 3 or 4.
I was gonna say, have you not hit how many fucking the back of a car has come down on you?
Cut marks on top of my head. Like I looked like I was in the WWE wrestling, and I had a little razor blade in my thing, and I would cut my head. But I literally have a couple of scars on the top of my head from hitting shit. And as I get older, I feel like my height, like measuring height, like when I'm going through places, like I can't, like I think that I'm ducking, and I'm not.
You're just getting shorter.
Maybe. Yeah. I just can't judge heights anymore.
How's your foot?
I mean, it's better. It's not great, but it's better.
Do you have feeling?
No.
Still nothing.
I have no feeling in my left foot other than it's numb and tingly. So I go to the gym every morning. I work with these bands, and I'm walking a little better. Got a little more muscle memory. It's more rehab. But yeah, I'm getting better. From like a couple years ago to now, night and day. It was funny because people used to ask me all the time, like 3 or 4 years ago, man, you're limping really bad. You're okay? And I said, oh, well, I had back surgery. I can't feel my left foot. My calf doesn't work. I can barely walk, blah, blah, blah. I'm in the gym now. I'm walking a little bit crooked. Hey, man, you're limping. Ain't nothing fucking wrong with me, man. I'm good.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm good. I don't talk about it anymore.
Yeah.
I'm over that shit.
Yeah. And like you got to move, man.
I'm just moved on. I'm like, you know what? I can be bitter and upset and mad, but I just try to get better every day. Just hustle.
That's all we can do.
I can complain and go drink and get sorrow and be depressed, but like it's not going to change anything. Getting up every day, going to the gym, making a difference.
I mean, I have days where it's tough. Like there's definitely days that I have that I feel depressed. Like I'm not doing, like depressed to where in my head I'm like, I got so much to do. I'm not doing it. Or I'm not doing enough, But then I check myself real quick and I'm like, bro.
How do you stay motivated? What motivates you? Like when you wake up in the morning, who the fuck motivates you? Do you listen to like some crazy ass dude that yells and screams at you, or are you just self-motivated and say, fuck it?
I think I'm self-motivated.
You gotta be.
Like at work, like I've always worked at the club like somebody was trying to take my job. Since day one.
I love that.
Since the day I got hired.
Work like someone's trying to take your job.
Yeah, I always work like somebody was trying to take my job, and I was not going to give. That was not even going to be an option.
If anybody's listening to this podcast, remember that.
Yeah.
That's fucking badass.
Yeah.
Say that again.
Work like somebody's trying to take your job.
Work like someone's trying to take your job. If you listen to this podcast, it's the fucking thing I want you to remember, because that right there is awesome.
Yeah, but that's true. Like especially at the club, the first day at the club, I remember making money, and I was already doing my events, and I was like, I'm dressed up, and all I have to do is be a host and be nice to these. Like all I have to do is do what I love to do, and I'm getting paid for it. Like I'm gonna be the best fucking dude in here that I can be.
Yeah.
And that's here we are 19 years later.
You're still the best.
I try to be. I mean, we have a great team, and we all add something different to the table. All of us add a unique piece to the puzzle.
That's the key to success, man.
Yeah, none of us are the same, and we all bring something different to the table. So when we're in there, it's just it's a championship team inside a controlled. You don't have that inside of a strip club. You have that in a corporation or something like you got. But inside of that kind of business, it's rare that you just got people that are passionate, that are not fucked up, and that are all goal oriented with the same goal, that care about the place.
That's awesome.
Yeah, it's a beautiful
I always looked at business as like coaching. Like you have a head coach, you have an offensive coordinator, you have a defensive coordinator, you have a lineman coach, and then you've got like a scout, then you've got a special teams coach. It's like you have 5-6 guys that are coaching a team of players, and it takes all of them. Like I'm not an offensive coordinator. I might be a really good defensive coordinator, but I'm a really good head coach, because at the end of the day, I like to turn around and build the key coaches that I need to build that team of success.
Right.
I've had many people in the past go, well, Mike, I thought you knew how to do that. And I go, well, I hired someone
that knows how to do that.
And they go, okay, well, thought you were smart. And I go, I am, motherfucker. I'm fucking smart. I go, I hire people to do shit that I don't know how to do.
That's how you do it. That's a leader.
And I pay them really good.
That's a leader.
And I thank them every single day. And I say, you know what? You're awesome. That in life, there's amazing talent of just the that boy. You ever notice when you play sports, you see the coach come over and he spanks somebody?
Oh no, it's 100%. If you're the way that you work if you know that you're appreciated by the person that you work for is totally different than the way that you work if you're just walking in, punching in.
Right.
You know, and that data boy or just giving, whether it's a raise or whether it's just a verbal compliment, you know, goes a long way. Yeah. I do that. I make it a point to do that.
Well, you're a leader.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, everybody that works in this company, that Sunstoppers, I tell them all the time, there ain't a single person in this company that works for me. Their check says Sunstoppers on it. It doesn't say Mike Burke.
Right.
It doesn't say you work for Mike Burke. It says you work for Sunstoppers. So when you put your logo and your shirt on and you go to work every day, you're representing everyone else that puts that shirt on too. And if you have a bad day or a customer has a bad experience, that is a reflection on everyone. You're letting the team down. You're dropping the ball. Everybody fumbles the ball. Everybody you know, I mean, LeBron James doesn't hit every free throw.
But he shoots.
But he keeps shooting.
Keeps shooting.
Every day. Okay? Everybody's going to have a turnover. Everybody's going to throw an interception. I'm sure Tom Brady's thrown a few interceptions in his life. He's not 100%. But he keeps grinding, and keeps grinding.
But he's not scared of throwing an interception.
He throws them all day. Yeah. Guy's 40-something years old playing football like he's 20. Yeah. Do you watch football?
I like UFC.
I like UFC.
And I watch football but I'm not really into it. I like watching, you know, just like I like watching anything when it's at the highest level.
Right.
Like I like watching the Olympics.
Right.
I love watching basketball.
These last couple games have been awesome.
You know,
I wish the playoffs were every year.
Stephen Curry is just
he's amazing.
It's unbelievable.
That dude can for half court just
it's like a video game. It's like I'm like, how does that even happen? So it's cool to watch. I enjoy that.
Yeah, I think the sport of NBA's changed. I used to love basketball back in the day when it was more of the traditional Magic Johnson days, Larry Bird and everything. But now it's like, if you can't shoot from half court and knock down threes all day long, it's like the game is different. It's a fast-paced game.
I remember one time I had I was the host. It was before I was a manager, and this is years ago. And Michael Jordan, and this was like the very first CIAA when CIAA was in town. And Michael Jordan and Charles Oakley and a big group of other guys came into the club, and they had their security, and they had this whole thing blocked off. And I'd sat him, and I was like, man, you know, can I get your autograph at the end of the night? He's like, yeah, at the end of the night. You know, he was super polite to me. He's like, at the end of the night, just, you know, come get me, you know. So the night goes on, whole club's closed. Charles Oakley, Michael Jordan, the last two people in the building with their security. And he's like, go grab, you know, waving to me. So I'm like a little kid, man. I go grab the napkin, and he's walking up, and I'm running to, you know, because I just don't want to waste this man's time. And I got the napkin, Mike, and the second I get to him, I don't know if my foot tripped or what happened. All I know is I landed on my back, and his shoe landed in the back of in my side and knocked the air out of me. So I'm laying on the ground, gasping.
This is Michael Jordan?
Michael Jordan and Charles Oakley.
At the club.
Oh, yeah. So they're standing over me, looking down at me, just laughing. I'm on the ground, gasping for air, and they picked me up. And I was like, can I still get your autograph? And I still have it at home. But I bet to this day, if you said, do you remember the kid at the men's club?
He would remember you.
100%.
That's funny. I met Michael Jordan once. And I was at Dean Smith's basketball camp. And I was doing some, getting the kids at the camp and all this kind of stuff. And I met him there at Granville Towers. It was nice. I was doing a camp. I was a little kid. And then I met him at one of the Bobcats. Skipper Beck Mercedes gave me his tickets one time, and I sat on the seat, and I met him. And he wasn't that nice. I don't know if he was nice to you, but he wasn't that nice to me.
Yeah.
I think he's a little standoffish. You know, everybody walks up to your celebrity.
My relationship lasted him like 5 seconds. Yeah.
Exactly. But so you've had a lot of famous people in the club?
Yeah, we've had, I mean, not a tremendous amount, but.
Yeah. You ever thought about opening up your own club? No. It's just too many.
I did back in the day, like a dance club.
So if I wanted to throw a party, so say, for instance, I said, you know what, I'm going to get 500 of my best friends and people online. I'm going to throw a fucking badass party. Could I hire you to throw me a party?
Probably not.
No?
Yeah.
Why not?
Just because I would only be able to get the people that are in my, you know.
In your circle?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know.
You could steer me in the right direction.
Yeah, 100%.
Say, here's the club.
Yeah, 100%.
Here's the DJs I recommend. Yeah.
That was basically like half a lifetime ago. But the old school, like I said, I've done 7 of them, 2 a year. Those are always good times.
I'm going to have to come to the next one.
Yeah, that was a good time.
When's the next one?
I got a bucket.
You got to book it.
Yeah.
It's going to be at the same Surge.
Probably not. That's a little spot.
You
my
need a
buddy
bigger
owns.
club.
Yeah, and I did that because it's like it reminded me. It's like super old school, so it just fit the whole vibe.
So where would you do the next one?
I don't know. Somewhere downtown. Somewhere
Downtown?
nice, yeah.
Yeah.
I did my angel number is 222. So on February 22nd, I did a cool little party dinner at Nico's.
Oh, Nico.
Yeah, I'm gonna do that.
Nico's.
Yeah, I had a bongo player and just a bunch of people showed up. Yeah, it was a good time.
Sushi's good.
Yeah.
Yeah. That lady's crazy.
She's devastating. Sucky bomb.
I love her cowboy hat. She's funny. I've known her 20 years.
Yeah, me too. I've known of her.
Yeah. I knew her when she had the little shop
Yeah,
across
me
the
too.
street.
I used to eat there.
Yeah, me too. That was funny. That's good food, though.
Yeah.
The tuna crunch. That's the one I always get. So
What
what's
else?
up, man?
Nothing.
Anything you want to talk about?
No, I wrote down some stuff, but we pretty much talked about
Everything?
everything that I had on there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You never wanted kids?
Never say never. I don't know if I was really meant to have one, to be honest, at this phase.
Right.
The shoe fits where, so I'm just kind of been accepted my role and I know it's different. And
I've always admired you.
yeah, I appreciate it. I've always admired you.
You're just a really remarkable human being. You've always had a smile on your face. You got good energy. You've always been complimentary. You've always been a very positive influence on life. Everyone I know that has ever known you has never heard anything negative.
That's good. That's that makes me feel good. Thank you. But I pride myself in that. I've always treated people the way I want to be treated.
You treat people with such respect.
And the only time that I'd ever fucked anybody over was way back in the day when I sold dope. There was a time when I sold dope and I owed a bunch of people a bunch of fucking money and, people throwing rocks at my window, knowing I was in there, and it took me years, but I paid everybody back. Every single person I ever owed money to. So there's nothing somebody can say bad because I just treat everybody the way that I would want to be treated.
That's me. I treat everybody.
I know you do, yeah.
Yeah, and I don't have to look over my shoulder. I don't owe anybody.
Yeah.
I've never screwed anybody over. I don't have to look over my shoulder and think, oh my God, I got to watch out. I got a lot of haters. I got a lot of people that hate on me.
I don't know if I do. I don't know if I have. If I do, I don't know about them.
My haters come from just people that haven't worked hard.
Yeah.
They want the easy way.
Yeah.
They want to press that easy button. And they look at me and they're like, oh, look at this bald-headed, strong, big dude. Dude, I've worked fucking 30 years grinding 7 days a week in fucking little shacks, tinting windows, mobile, saying yes to everything. Christmas Eve, tinting windows.
Yeah, no, I know you've been doing it ever since I've known you.
Grinding.
Yeah, grinding, bro.
Yeah.
That's. But you either pay for things. I got to read this quote that I saw. No, because I saw this the other day and it just made so much sense, man. I was like, this is a classic one. It's stuck in my head. Oh, let me find it real quick so I don't waste much time. It says you either get paid for decisions you made years ago or you pay for decisions you made years ago.
Say that again.
And it says the choice is yours. You either get paid for decisions you made years ago or you pay for decisions you made years ago.
That's a good quote. Who said that?
I don't know. I just found it and it just stuck in my head.
I like it.
I like it too. Because, I had I'd always been an entrepreneur, but I never got my shit together until I was like 28, Throwing parties was not having my shit together. That was just a lifestyle. That wasn't, I wasn't saving money. I wasn't looking to the future. I was looking forward to, to the next weekend.
Yeah, but look at you now. You're
Yeah.
saving money. You're making moves.
Yeah, no, everything.
You're making good investments.
I'm so grateful for the life I live.
Feelthevibration.com.
That's it, man.
I love
Does that not sound?
love it.
Since I got that name, I was like, that's the fucking name. But like people, Adam and Eve, right? Adam and Eve does like $500 million a year. They're the trusted name in the adult industry, but they've been doing it since I was born, and it's just because the adult industry is still on a huge scale. It's still taboo in a sense, so you got these people. Why
is that?
I have no idea.
Why? Everybody fucks.
Dude, you have guys that still fucking come in the store and I've never masturbated. I swear. Guys will come in, I've never masturbated. Well, you're buying this masturbator, sir. Oh, it's for it's a gag gift. I'm like, that's so funny when they come up and they'll be like, I don't ask a customer who's it for. I could care less.
Who gives a shit?
But I can't tell you how many guys will come up and put a little jack off sleeve on there. Oh yeah, it's a gag gift for my buddy. I'm like, bro, you just told on yourself. Yeah, all the time. all the time.
And why are people embarrassed?
I don't know.
I'll walk in and be like, dude, I'm going to go pleasure myself this weekend.
That place right there, that's...
Don't you have a red door inside the men's club?
No.
In there adult?
There's a boutique in there. No adult, just lingerie.
Oh, just lingerie.
Yeah, no lingerie.
That's not yours?
No.
No, I thought you had one in there. No. That's somebody else's?
Yeah. I tried. That was more the girls. It's not going to be it'll never be a store in there. It was more of what
the girls want to wear that night.
What the girls forget at home, they'll buy it there. And I learned that real quick. They're not buying stuff. They're just buying what they forgot. I
mean, I figured if a guy's wanting into a girl and he wants to buy the experience.
Yeah, sometimes they'll buy the outfits and stuff.
Yeah. I don't know why, but I love the damn schoolgirl outfits.
Yeah, that'll never get old.
It never gets old. I like it. Yeah. Catholic schoolgirl, little neck, like white leggings and stuff.
Yeah, we do costume nights on Thursdays.
Costume night?
Yeah, so they can wear whatever they want.
So the girls have a certain requirement? Do they have to wear certain size heels and shoes?
I mean, they got to be on point,
But I mean, you can't wear like regular shoes and stuff? Could you wear tennis shoes?
No.
You have to wear heels?
You have to be on point, yeah.
What is on point?
Nails done, hair done, eyelashes can't be looking like a Venus flytrap,
Those weird fucking crazy.
Yeah.
I don't like the crazy stuff.
Yeah, you just got to be on point.
But if a girl doesn't really like to walk in heels.
Well, then she's definitely not going to be able to dance on stage.
Really? Mm-mm. I mean, if some girl's banging hot, she wanted to wear Nikes up there, you're not going to let her? You're not going to let her? Really? Why not?
No.
I think that's sexy.
Yeah, no.
You don't think so?
Maybe on Thursdays if she wanted to do it as an outfit, I don't know, but no sneakers.
So Thursday she could wear her slippers.
Maybe.
Her furry ass slippers.
No, she'd still have to wear shoes.
She's got to wear shoes.
Yeah. My guys would get pissed if I even said that. She has to wear shoes. 100%.
That's cool, man. That's awesome. Thanks for coming on the show.
Man, that was awesome.
I love you, man.
That was easy. I love you too, bro.
You're such an amazing
guy.
Yeah.
We've not, I mean, it's cool to be able to be friends with people and have seen the evolution, because we're both from Charlotte. Charlotte's a big town. It's not a big city,
Right.
So when you're from here, both our roots are so deep. We know so many people, and it's been a privilege to know you, and it's cool to see people. Like, I want everybody around me to win.
Absolutely.
I want everybody around. I don't want to see anybody. I want everybody.
I wish
around
every one of my friends would win the lottery.
Yeah, I want everybody to be a winner.
Me too.
And if I can help you, and it's just been cool to see you. Bro, you've been a badass since day one. Humble. You have been a humble. A fucking quiet savage, like a fucking ninja. Yeah, it's awesome.
I appreciate that.
Yeah.
You're a good man.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah.
I appreciate
the whiskey, you can have that.
Here's the thing. Everybody's got their thing.
Yeah.
I acquired a taste for some nice whiskey, and
I acquired a taste for the finest of marijuana.
And that's fine. That's not my thing, man.
Yeah. I told Blaine, when my pop was alive, I always told him, I was like, this is your fault. I was like, I was born with it in me. Why
don't you own a pop farm?
Yeah, maybe one day.
You and Dan, y'all can open a CD bar.
He's
killing it.
I love that dude.
He was on. Do you know he worked for me?
Yeah, bro. Listen, I've known Dan. Me and Dan are good buddies. I went to Cabo with him last year.
I love him.
Yeah, I love him.
He came on the podcast. I saw him. Oh yeah, my God.
Does he not look amazing?
He looks so good,
bro.
Dude, 20 years ago,
you can tell he's a fucking boss just by the way that he Yeah, man. Like I knew Dan from way before he was at High Life, and when he was, he worked for you.
Worked at my front counter.
He worked at you, and then he worked at there's a smoke shop by the University Red Door by my store. So he worked over there before he started his own thing.
He said some nice things, man. He said he learned a lot from me.
Yeah. No, he's an awesome dude.
He said I pumped him up and gave him some good pointers on sales and stuff, which was nice.
Yeah.
He's a good dude.
He's a good dude. He's got an awesome
He's got a great heart.
Yeah.
Just like you.
Yeah.
Anybody that is like us, man, we all kind of recognize each other. You got a good heart.
Yeah.
You want good for everybody.
Yeah.
Yeah. I love seeing him successful. And hey, now that I've got a podcast with you, I mean, you guys go to Cabo and all these other places. I mean, hey, include me, man. Let's
Guys
go.
of epic proportion. I'm going in a month. It's the first time. I just got invited. Yeah, it's going to be it'll be the fourth time that I've gone with this group of people, and it is of epic proportion.
How do I get in?
Man, I got lucky to go.
How do you?
Yeah, I actually, my friend that invited me the first time. This is a cool story. I was at the door at the club, and Saturday night, I'm never at the front because people are always calling me, so I'm always just inside. Well, I was up front, and this kid's paying, and I see a $100 bill flop out of his pocket and floats on the floor. He has no idea, so I step on it, and he walks off. I never even saw his face. I just saw that he had red Chuck Taylors on, right? So I step on the dollar, wait till nobody sees, pick it up, put it in my pocket, sit there and ponder for like 30 seconds. I'm like, fuck, I got to go find the fucking dude with the red shoes. So I go start searching the club, and then I found this guy, and it ended up being this kid named Chris Pham. Badass. Kid's young. He's like, I want to say he's 33 or 34. He owns his own credit card processing company. I mean, he's a badass. But yeah, I walked up to him. I was like, man, you dropped this. He's like, huh? I was like, yeah, you dropped it at the front. He's like, you just found my $100 bill in a strip club and you're giving it back to me? I'm like, yes, sir. So then 2 weeks after that, he had called me up. He's like, hey, man, listen. He's like, this sounds crazy. He's like, but this chick I was talking to, I'm not talking to her anymore, and I'm going to Cabo. You want to come? I was like, yeah. So then I went, and it ended up that the people that we met in Cabo was a lady that I did a toy party for at her house for her and her husband through Red Door. So it was just, yeah, so it's been the same group. It's cool.
I'll hook a brother up.
Hook a brother up.
Oh, man.
Yeah.
Let me know.
Have you ever been there?
No.
Whoa.
My 50th.
That's a good one.
I'm looking at Turks and Caicos.
Yeah.
I got a couple good, like, real friends of mine in New York who are kind of ballers. And
can you believe, I'm not meaning to interrupt, but can you believe we're going to be 50?
50.
The fuck?
But we look good, bro.
I'm looking good.
I feel good.
That's cool. Me too. But
I'm
still,
5'0".
bro, 50.
I know.
I'm like signing up these girls. I'm like, okay, so
You're 22.
and you're 23. Perfect. So if you add both your ages together, I'm still older. I'm like, fuck.
But you still look good as hell.
I try.
I mean, I literally was out of town this past weekend, and I was in Vermont, and they were looking at me, and they go, what are you, about 39, 40? And I go, I'm 49. And they go, you take care of yourself. I said, yes, I drink whiskey, but I don't drink a lot of it.
Right.
Everybody thinks I drink whiskey like it's crazy. Like, I have a huge bar at the house, and I'm like, my kid, it was really a good compliment when your 15-year-old son comes to the kitchen on a Sunday. And he's like, what's up, Dad? I'm like, what's up, man? He's like, yeah, I had a couple buddies over this past weekend, and they loved your bar. I'm like, all right, cool. No problem. And they go, Dad, your dad must drink a lot. And my 15-year-old son, Camden, goes, no. He goes upstairs, he pours a drink on Sunday.
It's just cool to have.
It's like paintings.
Yeah.
I had a friend of mine, he's like, dude, you got 450 bottles of whiskey. I said, yeah, and I got about another 40 tequilas, and I got about another whatever.
Yeah, it's just cool to have.
And they go, why do you have all that? And I said, it was my COVID bar. I said, I couldn't go to the bar, so I brought the bar to me. So I created the whole upstairs as this bar experience. It's a speakeasy. It's got a pool table, and it's cool. And I invite some friends over, and we'd sip some cool shit, expensive shit, like cool tequilas, cool stuff. I said, but we sip it. We take a little small pour, and I have rare shit, and it's hard to get. And
you never mix it with anything?
No.
Really?
Not the good whiskeys.
That's fucking strong.
Yeah, but the thing is, that's an acquired taste. Like I can taste the woods, I can taste the walnuts, I can taste the caramel that's in it.
I can taste the gasoline.
The gasoline. There's just different ones. Yeah. They're all different, and they have a unique flavor, unique taste, just like weed. They all have different tastes in weeds. And it was just really cool when your son defends you and says, "No, my dad goes up there like once or twice a week and have a couple. He'll have one drink. He'll come down and." He goes, well, why does he have all that? And he goes, because he can. I like to go up there. I love to entertain, like you, but I've never done it to your level. But I love to entertain as well. And I like to have people over. I like to have people have a good time. But if you come over to my house and you sit at my bar, and I have people that come in from out of town, and they're like, dude, I want to have a drink at your bar. I'm like, no problem. We'll come in, sit at the bar. I've had the best, like people go play golf. I can't play golf anymore. I can't twist really. I can play, but I can't really play. Not to where I used to play. I can't really do a lot of the activities I used to do because of my injury. So it's like when I get somebody at the bar, I feel very at home. I feel comfortable.
Yeah, you probably have the best conversations.
Just cool conversations. And they go, dude, everybody that comes to my bar takes a picture. They're all like, dude, this fucking place is insane. They take a picture. Well, imagine having an art gallery of art all around, okay? And everybody walks in the art gallery and they start taking pictures.
Same thing.
Yeah. And I just have art. So when I walk up there and I sit at the bar for 2 hours, and I'm on my phone doing emails and playing, I'm looking around at the bar all lit up and everything. And I'm just like, it's just cool. And it's like, I know people that have really fancy cars, but they're not car people. They love the artistic look of the car. And they'll put the car on the lift and they'll just leave it there. They'll drive it maybe once a year. But they bought it for the artistic value of the car. And I understand that now. I didn't before. I'm like, fuck, you're driving a badass car, getting the damn thing, blow the wheels off of it. And they don't. So now I understand. As I'm almost 50 years old,
Right.
I now understand that. There's a connoisseur of things. Do you collect anything?
Do I
there
collect anything? Sneakers, maybe?
Watches?
No, I got one nice watch.
Yeah. Sneakers?
I mean, I have a few nice sneakers.
My kids.
Nothing crazy. I mean, I probably got like 15 pairs. Nothing crazy.
Yeah. My son's got into that shit for a little bit.
Yeah.
Flipping shoes and stuff. I'm like, whatever.
I've honestly, man, like, I guess the Jew in me, man, I just save.
Save money.
Yeah.
I love it.
Yeah.
Save for a rainy day.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
When COVID hit, everybody was stressed out, and thank God I was just like, psh,
I'm good.
man, like I was in my head, I already had it programmed, like, okay, I can spend this amount of money each month and I will be good for X amount of years. Because I was thinking, for the first couple months, I was like, what, I'm thinking, what am I going to do?
Yeah, we were fortunate to stay open.
Yeah.
We were claimed essential because we're automotive, but it was nice.
Yeah, I came out personally way stronger than going into it.
That's awesome.
Yeah, I feel like any, or I don't know about any, but I know that the adult retail side of things, like the men's club, the men's club and that strip club model, guys are always going to want to catch a buzz and see beautiful women forever. When that stops happening, then we're in trouble. But as far as like the adult retail, that blew up.
You killed it.
That blew up with COVID. Like,
everybody's at home, man. What are they going to do? Drink, work
literally,
from home?
like sales went up since COVID. We were shut down 4 months. My store went up 25% and has stayed that way consistently.
The statistic I would love to see. How many babies were born in the last 2 years?
Probably a lot.
A lot.
Yeah, probably a
COVID.
lot.
Hey, Micah, can you Google how many babies were born in the last 2 years?
Hey, how'd that go? Is it going good, Micah?
I can't hear you. Micah, you on the mic?
Yes, sir.
I feel like we had some good talk.
We had some good talk.
Yeah.
You're a good dude, man.
Yeah. It didn't get down and dirty. Like I said we didn't have any crazy questions. I didn't know what you were going to ask.
I never know what I'm going to ask. I mean, it's a flow. You remember, like you said, the night has a flow, has a vibe.
Yeah.
That when you go to men's club, you have a vibe.
Yeah. It was cool for me because I've never ever told my story. I mean, there is one part of the story that I left out. That this was between losing my hair and this story were the two key factors in what made me who I am. Because I was doing parties nonstop every weekend. And then, and I knew my name was out there because I was never the dope dealer, but I knew every dope dealer.
Oh,
and I mean, I had it on lock. I had it like the security, I'm paying the security. The only people selling the dope in the club are my guys. Anybody, like it was like that for the longest time.
Sure.
And I was making 5,000 flyers that had my name on it, putting them all over town. So I knew for the longest time that the cops knew who Joffe was, So one day I came home and, actually I was working at Carolina Sports Club. It was over there on Rexford Drive by South Park. And I remember looking out the window. It was like 3 o'clock in the afternoon. My boss, his name was Ed, this big old fat dude. I was like, Ed, man, that helicopter looks like it's over my house. He's like, why would that helicopter be over your house? I was like, I have no idea. So then I called my roommate who was a bondsman. And so if you're a bondsman, you pick up the phone 24/7. He didn't pick up. I called up my other roommate who I knew he hustled. I just obviously had no idea the level that he hustled on. He didn't pick up. So then I'm calling. Now it's starting to be dusk, it's starting to be dark out. That helicopter's still there with a light, So now I'm calling and somebody picks up my roommate's cell phone. And I'm like, can I speak to my roommate? I was like, can I speak to Brett? They're like, no. They're like, is this Mr. Joffe? I'm like, yeah. He's like, oh, this is such and such, head narcotics officer, Mecklenburg Police Department. We need you to come home right now. He's like, you're not going to go to jail tonight, but I need to talk to you. So I called up my girlfriend. I'm like, the cops are at our house because she was staying with me. So
the cops were at the house?
Listen, So I pull up to my house, and I have a helicopter. When I pull up, there's 27 FBI agents. There's a helicopter with the fucking light. The whole neighborhood, the whole corner house is yellow taped off. They won't let me in my house. They got the news crew right beside my car interviewing my neighbor, asking her how she feels about her daughter selling Girl Scout cookies to drug dealers. Because we would literally we thought we were doing a good deed. We would buy
them all.
She'd come and we'd
buy 100.
Whatever you had, we'd buy them. And so they thought that they thought that my roommate was manufacturing ecstasy, and they thought that we had a racketeering ring. They thought that I was throwing the parties, that my other roommate was selling the dope and setting people up because he had set people up that we didn't know about. And then my other roommate was getting him out of jail because he owned a bonding service. So they thought we had this whole, so from the outside looking in, so 27 FBI agents, helicopter right at our house. They found a dime bag of weed in a bowl. If they would have come any other day of the week, we probably would have been buried, But the man upstairs was like, "This is your chance," and I took it as that. Like,
so how did you get out of it?
I didn't get in trouble for anything. They found a dime bag of weed, so I had to take like a class for 5 days to get it expunged off my record. It was simple possession of drug paraphernalia, simple possession of marijuana, and it scared me fucking straight to where ever since then, like I can be in the car, I smoke weed. If you're smoking weed in the car, let me the fuck out. Like petrified like that.
Wow.
Yeah.
So normally they would have had a bunch of shit in the house.
Man, if they would have come any other day,
it would have been over.
Game over.
For you too.
Yeah. Full circle. The guy who was the head DEA officer that came in there, this is 20 something years ago. So I got this other buddy who's a police officer at, and he works up in the university area, but he's a friend of mine. He shops at the store. So then one day he's like, and this is 20 years after the raid, So he's like, "Hey man, I got a buddy of mine. He's having problems with his wife. Do you mind if I give him your phone number, so you can help him out?" I'm like, "Sure." So I get a phone call from this guy, and it's this. I'll never forget the guy's voice, and I definitely will never forget his name. Same dude. And I ended up meeting him at the store, selling him a rabbit for him and his wife. I never told him who I was. I don't know if he ever put two and two together. Probably not. But it was pretty cool.
He still works for the force?
Yeah.
That's crazy. He was like the head narcotics officer.
Yeah.
That's funny.
It's a close call, man.
You got scared straight?
Yeah.
What are you, like 22, 24?
I was 24.
24?
24.
Wow.
No, I was 26.
How are those roommates now?
Good. Well, the one that they came for, so the search warrant didn't have my name on it or my friend Brett's. It had the other guys. I haven't seen him since.
Since that, he disappeared?
Mm-hmm.
Since that night?
Yeah. I mean, I've seen him like once. Oh, yeah, vanished. Yeah.
Like he was your roommate, never came back for his shit?
No, he got his shit. Yeah. I've seen him like once in the past like 20 years.
Yeah. He was a big time dealer?
Yeah.
Probably still is?
I doubt that.
He cleaned up quick.
I don't know. I haven't talked to him in 2 decades.
That's crazy. What about the bail bondsman?
He's not a bail bondsman anymore, but now he's good. He's successful.
Clean.
Yeah,
that's good.
Yeah, he was always clean. He was the one that
was always clean.
He was innocent. The only reason he even got in trouble was because he fucking came home from work and saw 2 cops in a fire truck with our roommate's trunk and doors open. So he thought something was wrong. If he knew that the feds were there, he would have been like,
gone.
Yeah, he did nothing wrong.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
Any trouble at these clubs when you had parties? Did you have any like crazy?
No.
Everything was cool?
Mm-hmm.
Yep. Flyering half of Charlotte?
I used to get kicked out of parking lots, security. It would be literally like guerrilla warfare. I'd call it hand-to-hand combat. I would have my buddies would pack up in my mom's caravan. We'd roll up to whatever club was busy, like a Mythos or something.
Yeah.
That's when they built that parking deck. And within a matter of 10 minutes, every single car within the whole perimeter would have them fired.
Yep.
Yeah.
Be gone.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
And everybody would come.
Not everybody.
But a lot of people see it.
I mean, enough.
Enough to make money.
Yeah.
That was awesome.
Yeah.
What was your biggest night doing a party?
That one, the first one.
The one, 10 grand?
Yeah. That's the most money I've ever made in my life in a day.
In a day?
Yeah, to this day.
10 grand one day?
Yeah.
One party?
Yeah.
We got to break
for my friend. That's the best part. Throwing a party. The most money I've ever made. I've been a hustler my whole life, Mike. The most money I've ever made in my life, and I've been trying to make money my whole life, was throwing a party in my friend's memory. That's special.
That's somebody looking down.
Yeah, 100%, bro. Yeah,
100%. And he gave you the taste.
Yeah.
He gave you that little, like, taste.
So I will do that until I die, at least once or twice. I will always organize.
How do we break
something.
that?
Break what?
We need to break that. We need to make 20 grand out of it.
Yeah, I don't know. There's so many, back then it was when I did an event, there was, everybody went.
We need a YouTuber. We need a social influencer. We need like a team of people promoting this thing. We need some headliners. We need some people coming in and like sponsor it.
I'll do something someday.
You got to give some of the money away. You got to do it like an event where you give it to somebody, like it's got to go towards a cause. You know what I mean? I think if you give some of it away, you'll make twice as much.
We sponsored, Red Door sponsored a big leukemia fundraiser. Do you know Jenna Gerbil? Oh, she's a cool chick. She's super dialed in town. We sponsored an event this past week. But no, you're right.
Just give some of it away. Find something like a cause or something, and then you can get some.
But it's different now, because now if I do a party, like obviously you want to make money, but I would do it more for the fact that I work so much that I wanted to see my friends.
Just hang out.
Yeah, I'd
love to hang out.
Because I know that the last few times that I've done old school, like literally the best compliment is my friends telling me, man, please do this again. I just saw people I haven't seen in 10 years. Because you'll never see those group of people because we're all our age now.
Yeah,
that doesn't mean we still don't want to have fun. It just means that there's no place to go to see everybody at the same time, and nobody can coordinate it. So
that's important.
Yeah.
If anybody was going to start a podcast, you're starting a podcast for this. I can't wait. How do I find it?
Night Shift. It's going to be all over.
Night Shift. Who's going to promote it?
It's going to be Night Shift Uncensored.
Uncensored. Mm-hmm. Yep. Are you going to be on YouTube?
Oh man, we're gonna have a YouTube channel, Spotify, Apple Music, TikTok. Yeah, we had a production company.
How many have you done?
We have 4 little 30-second spots, and then we have one 52-minute one that got edited down.
Is it live yet?
No. I'll let you listen. I'll send it to you today.
To see it.
Oh yeah, it's pretty funny.
Yeah. And it's it's Netflix worthy.
That's what they said. I mean, I feel like I know the stories that I have. I mean,
where are you shooting it?
We did it. We
at the club.
Yeah.
In the back.
Mm-hmm.
That's cool.
So nobody knows where it's at. Nobody. It's not going to have anything to do with the club.
It's just your private thing.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Who's partners with you on it?
All the guys I work with.
It's just a team effort.
Yeah.
Love it.
Yeah. We've all been doing it. We all got stories. 19 years selling sex toys and working in a strip club. I got a few stories.
You got a few?
Yeah.
But you run a class act over there at the men's club. Ain't no bullshit going on over there.
Yeah.
I love it. Well, if you want to go have some good time in Charlotte, go see Joffe at the men's club or check out Night Shift, the new podcast.
No, if you need some sex toys, go to feelthevibration.com.
Feelthevibration.com. Micah.
Coupon code is 212.
Micah, make sure on the YouTube channel, feelthevibration.com. And code is 212.
Yep, because that was my dad's number. That's the temperature that water boils at. Did you know that?
I did not know that.
Yeah, so there's a book. It's called 212. It's like 5 pages long. But basically, it's based on the fact that at 211 degrees is when water's hot. And if you just add 1 degree to 212, that's when water boils. And when water boils, it creates steam, and steam can power a locomotive. So the whole concept is if you add just one degree to whatever you're doing in your life, you can make that much of a difference.
Dude, that's badass.
Yeah.
Micah, did you know that?
No.
Yeah. I love that statement. All you got to do is add 1 degree.
Yeah,
it's called power a locomotive.
It's called 212 degrees. Yeah, I got the book. My dad gave it to me. He had 212. The way I have 222, he had 212 everywhere. But yeah, you can Google it. It's literally like a 5-page book.
212.
Yeah, and it's all just about adding 1 degree.
Get
to
some
your life.
toys at the Red Door Live local if you want to pick up some male enhancement pills that'll make you
if you want anything.
If you want anything.
Yeah, bachelorette.
You have
dolls,
voluptuous size women.
I got whatever you want.
So Micah, how many babies were born in the last 2 years?
So it's actually a decline.
A decline?
4% decline.
I can't hardly hear you though.
4% decline. That's probably because they were all at the toy store.
It was a decline over COVID? Really? That's crazy. I would never have guessed that. That's cool. Thanks for coming on the podcast.
Mike, thank you, buddy.
You're a good guy, man.
I appreciate you.
Keep being awesome.
Yes, sir.
I can't wait to see the next venture.
All right, cool. You'll hear it.
I cannot wait, brother. Love you so much. Have a good one.